Dear Excellency, the Ambassador of Azerbaijan, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I am very honored being here and address you about the Turkic world and the nature issues in the Turkic world and how this huge world is able to cope with the challenges of the 21st century. I am representing the Turkic Council. You could see the Turkic Council logo. That's this side. The Turkic Council is an intergovernmental cooperation. It was established in 2009, and Turkey, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Kyrgyzstan are members of that kind of intergovernmental cooperation. And this intergovernmental cooperation has a Secretary General in Istanbul, which is trying to promote the cooperation among the member states. Hungary, as an observer state in that cooperation for the year of 2018, and I am a privileged person to be the ambassador of the Turkic Council in Budapest, and I am working my colleagues from various Turkic countries together in Budapest in order to promote the relations that bringing these nations nearer to other. That the Turkic Council represents a huge area, and the Turkic Council represents around 180 million people. That means a huge community, huge market, huge potential. It is a huge word where the name of the Hungarian traditionally sounds well. The Turkic Council works together with our great friend in the Turksoy. You could see the logo of the Turksoy, and our colleagues for the Turksoy are together with us. That's we should praise them, and they are helping the various programs in Hungary. The Turksoy, you could call the Turksoy as a Turkic UNESCO. That the Turksoy is a cooperation from 1993 among the Turkic-speaking nation minorities. They are all around the world, from the Chuvashis to the Pacific Ocean, I mean from the Volga to the Pacific Ocean, from the Black Sea region to inside in Afghanistan. They are, so the Turkic community is around more than 300 million. It is a huge area, and we are trying to bring the Kazanian Tatars together with the Uzbeks and the South Anatolian Turks with our friends from Tuva, is a northern part of Siberia. That is a very important cooperation. But you could ask me, Ambassador, why you are here? Why the Turkic Council is here? First of all, the first answer, we were invited. Why we were invited? Because the organizer of the Expo wanted to show the huge geographical areas from around the world. Of course, that kind of exhibition, Africa is a main guest because hunting is connected to Africa, and natural resources of Africa should be protected. So there are some elements from North Africa, and here are the Central Europeans, which we had Germany, Austria, Hungary, Slovakia, Poland. We are We had the same composition. And of course, it is necessary to show up the huge Turkic world from the Black Sea region to the Pacific region and to talk about what is going on there. This yurta, the Hungarians saying yurta, the Turks are saying jurt, which represents, it is a symbol of the life of the steppe, which is a place for living. And you will see at the end of our program that when we started, our friends from Nadudvar could make this jurt within 30 minutes. We should give the stage to the next colleagues, to the Turks, and our friends from Nadudvar have 20 minutes to take it out, and I think it will be a Guinness record. I think that our word, the Turkic word, are to the different, that a Turkic word has a different landscape. The steppe is well known. That's the huge area of the steppe. It was a landscape of the Hungarian history for a long time before we came into the Carpathian Basin. But you should know that in the Turkic world there are huge forests. In Kyrgyzstan, for example, beautiful trees and a lot of forest. And in Siberia, there are living many Turks. They are living in the area where forests are everywhere. And there are Turks and Uralic minorities who are living in the tundra area. I think that we are delighted to be here because our stand in this beautiful place gives us an opportunity that to have an introduction at our stand and our programs into the Turkic world in a certain aspects. The reading the Turkic world on behalf of the biodiversity, on behalf of the natural protection, and of course, on behalf of the hunting, but the role of the hunting to protect the animals, that to control what is going on in the country with the wild animals. This opportunity was excellent for us because we could invite our friends, ambassadors, diplomats. The new Azerbaijani ambassador is together with us. We could invite friends who were coming from different Turkic countries. And of course, we could invite our friends who in Hungary are interested in what in the Turkic world is going on. And those who are committed to the values of the Turkic world. The values of the Turkic world in the 21st century is a very complicated issue. You know it well, the huge industrialization started to change all the countries. But the Turkic world should deal with its own heritage. This heritage is going back to the nomadism. The nomadism was a significant element of their life, not only the ancient and medieval times. The nomadism survived in the certain areas until the 20th century. The Soviets were in Central Asia who destroyed the nomadic tradition and changed the landscape of Central Asia and made a lot of mistakes, and it is our task to remake it and to make corrections in a very complicated period when we should cope with the drought that's water needed in certain areas, and in the period of a climate change, which has obviously negative impact in all Central Asia. The nomadism is a interesting word. We Hungarians, we like this word nomad, and the certain way, when I was young, we called each other ideologically, culturally, új nomádok, new nomads, neo-nomads, which means we have a certain new kind of perception about the world, but with the transition. That if you see in any important books and you start to read about the nomadism, good like the nomad is a person with no settled home, moving from place to place as a way of obtaining food, finding pasture through livestock, or otherwise making a living. The nomadism life, it is not easy. It is a struggle, surviving the winter, surviving summer. There's a high line, but the nomads accustomed to this tradition. The nomad, as you will be surprised, is a Greek word. It is interesting one. Even the nomadism is originating for the Greek culture. The nomas, that is a word form, means roaming or finding a pasture land. It is the nomads. It is and the nomad. This word nomad is coming from the nomos. That of course the nomads, which were well known even to the ancient Greeks, they could see that the nomadic life is about surviving the nature, protect the nature, not destroying the nature, because they needed the trees and they needed the animals, that the deers and other animals after 20 years, and they knew it, that they should protect the environment and the nature. And of course, they were great warriors, because their life was a fight against the neighbors. We know it well. The nomadism is not a peaceful cooperation, but sometimes they could agree. And of course, they connected to the transhumance. They had to move, and they went for the various regions in the steppe and any so-called nomadic region. As I see, my time is over, and I would like to welcome everybody again, and I will give the floor to Zsófia. Zsófia, please.